Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about having a Libra Sun and a Pisces Ascendant in a natal chart. Now, as far as the combination goes, well, these signs are in conflict because they're inconjunct by sign. Libra Sun, of course, is masculine, it's extroverted, it's very engaging, it's sociable. And Pisces is a Pisces rising, and the sign Pisces is introverted. Pisces is a feminine sign. Pisces is not quite as gregarious. They're more kind of more in their own, I guess, to themselves, more private. And you look at this, and as far as this combination goes, this could be a person that likes to really appeasing others and showing the Pisces rising compassion in doing so. This is a person probably is not really super confrontational, and they're not going to, having the Pisces rising obviously modifies the Libra sociability to some degree, because water signs tend to be a little shyer, and it is, as I stated before, Pisces is a feminine sign, and they will. When you look at this as well, is that you may have this combination can be such where it can be somewhat ambivalent and indecisive. Libra is not always really super decisive exactly. And Pisces rising can be somewhat a little nebulous and maybe confused to some degree, and that there's some ambivalence and ambiguity with this sign as well. So the Pisces rising might intensify the indecisiveness a little bit of the Sun in Libra. Now, and also be a little bit more emotional than the typical Sun and Libra personality, and a little bit more subjective as well, and focusing more on a little more on the intuitive side as opposed to the general Sun in Libra. Now, when you look at this, the Sun sign in our natal charts represents our basic wants, and the rising sign or ascendant can represent the manner or method in which one attains these basic wants. So, as far as the basic wants for Libra, that could be connected perhaps with art, beauty, romance, love. It can be relationships, partnerships, things connected with equality, having peace, which I think can include inner peace as well, and justice. And they like to appease others. And having a Pisces ascendant, this could be done in a Pisces type manner, such as perhaps through idealism. As far as relationships, partnerships go, they might use this idealism and try to overlook maybe the negative qualities or attributes of others to some degree, to have maybe better rapport in as far as relationship and partnership situations may go. As far as peace goes, you might see that this person in inner peace may be connected with something connected with Pisces, like Pisces rising, such as escape. And I'm not talking about anything negative as far as that goes. As far as drugs or alcohol, what I'm referring to is the escape. I'm talking about maybe like such as fantasy or fiction novels, video games, going into their own world to a certain degree, even whether it's television or watching some theater, being involved in something that kind of takes them away to a certain degree, going into maybe seclusion or in their own sphere for some time. And this could be and also the person may find the inner peace and peace connected with Libra, maybe perhaps through Pisces-like professions, such as something connected with the metaphysical, such as astrology, perhaps through like something connected with water, oceanography, for example. Something maybe swimming could be another example, dancing. And I think what's interesting in this is that many of you heard, I believe he's renowned physician, I believe, I don't know if I'm saying the name right, Deepak Chopra. His thing that he is connected with as far as the physician goes, it's some kind of quantum mysticism, and I believe it's connected with the metaphysical. I found it interesting. He's a Sun in Libra and a Pisces Ascendant. And maybe this is how he, kind of like being the people appeaser, doing that Libra want in connection with something in a Pisces-like way. And in the metaphysical and this quantum, the mysticism, it seems pretty Pisces-like to me. Well, it's important to look at the aspect that is made, if any, between the Sun in Libra and the Pisces Ascendant, as this could show how these energies may integrate or maybe not so much. Now, if you have an inconjunct or an opposition, that could be a conflict. And even though, as far as the inconjunct goes, the signs are inconjunct by sign, but if you have the inconjunct aspect, then you might have a difficulty integrating this energy. And even if the person is not cognizant of their astrological placements, they may feel maybe feelings of being misconstrued or misunderstood, which can cause some inner exasperation and tension. Now, this could be true with the opposition as well. Now, let me go back. The inconjunct, an example could be Libra Sun, 17 degrees, Pisces Ascendant, 20 degrees. Now, let's say you have an opposition between the Libra Sun and the Pisces Ascendant. Let's say the Libra Sun is posited at 1 degree and the Pisces Ascendant is 29 degrees. Well, that would form an out-of-sign opposition aspect, which is adverse like the inconjunct. And this could bring about is the similar feelings that feeling maybe misconstrued or misunderstood by others, and those feelings of exasperation and tension due to not being able to integrate maybe the energies as well as he or she could. Now, you could also, on the positive side, you could have an out-of-sign trine aspect take place. Let's say you have the Libra Sun at 29 degrees and the Pisces Ascendant at 1 degree. You could have, this could be auspicious, and even though you're still going to have that incompatibility by sign, you may be able to work the energies a little bit better if by chance you have the trine aspect between these two energies, and you could have a little positive integration and blending of them as a result. Now, let's say it's important to look at the house placement of the Libra Sun, because even though the Pisces Ascendant may suppress or hold back the Libra Sun energy to some degree, the Libra Sun energy may still come out at least somewhat prominently in that particular house it's in. Let's say you have the Sun in Libra in the 7th house. Well, this ability to be equitable, maybe this need for partnerships, relationships, comes out in the 7th house, which is about partnerships, relationships. So you might see the charming, the tactful, the more sociable, engaging Libra personality come out in matters connected with partnerships and relationships, and would strive for balance. And if the person may be involved in, say, in a court situation, and go about it with a lot of balance and looking for a fairness, of course, in this. Now, let's say the Sun in Libra is in the 8th house. Well, this could indicate perhaps that Libra energy may come out in matters connected with transformation, regeneration, perhaps through a sexual partner. They might really emphasize and accentuate the situation with a sexual partner to be very equitable and fair. And as far as dealing with others' resources, it may be very fair-minded. If the Sun in Libra is in the 9th house, the energy may be dissipated to some degree because it is a cadent house, but that energy may come out perhaps with in-laws, matters connected with long journeys, with the higher thinking, perhaps in college. Maybe the person takes a course that's Libra-like. Well, anyway, people, that will conclude this YouTube astrological segment for having the Sun in Libra and a Pisces Ascendant in the natal chart. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about having the Sun in Scorpio and an Aries Ascendant in the natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.